Rudy Giuliani is being sued by his friend and attorney for over $1 million. Here it is.
Elsewhere in Trump legal news, Rudy Giuliani is drowning in debt, and now his own lawyer is suing him for unpaid legal fees. That's according to a lawsuit from Robert Costello, who alleges that Giuliani failed to pay him and his law firm for legal services related to election interference cases in Georgia and Washington, D.C., and a variety of other legal matters. They claim Giuliani is on the hook for nearly $1.4 million in outstanding fees, and that he only paid a fraction of the tab, just $214,000, since November 2019, which is when he first retained Costello. However, the complaint does say that Giuliani made a partial payment of $10,000 last week. In response, Giuliani criticized both the lawsuit and Costello.
Yep, lawsuit because of his own actions. Remember this?
Rudy Giuliani is conceding that he made false statements about Georgia election workers.
That's right. In a court filing, he does not dispute falsely claiming two of those workers committed ballot fraud during the 2020 presidential election. However, Giuliani also doesn't admit his statements caused damage. This comes in the defamation lawsuit brought by Ruby Freeman and Wandrea Shea Moss in 2021.
Remember the two black women he decided to make villains due to his lies? They were physically threatened. People showed up at their homes. Individuals tried to kill them. Their lives were flipped upside down. In order to get a semblance of justice, they had to sue Giuliani for defamation. He admitted to defamation without acknowledging damage to them. So now he's broke, busted, and been disgusted. His friend is suing him. Let's get into it. Rudy Giuliani owes nearly $1.4 million to a law firm that represented him in investigations related to his attempts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. The firm says in a new lawsuit against Giuliani. The lawsuit filed in Manhattan State Court on Monday alleges Giuliani agreed to pay over $1.5 million to the law firm Davidoff Hutcher Citron under the retainer agreement, but has only paid about $214,000 to date. Now, why is it they got the $214,000? Well, basically, that's the money he had to pay up front. So the rule is, if you get your money up front, that's all the money you're getting out of Giuliani. He may give you a few more pennies later. Let's put him up full mass. You know who has decided not to play the radio? Robert Costello, that's who. He has decided to sue his friend, Rudy Giuliani. He's a partner at the firm, longtime friend of Giuliani, is also a plaintiff in the lawsuit. Giuliani made a token payment of $10,000 earlier this month, which still leaves a balance of $1,360,196 and some change. The irony of it all, you can see Giuliani on the phone saying, "Okay, come on, Robert. I'm going to send you $10,000 this week. What's your Cash App? I'm going to go ahead and send that to you. All right, you know I'm good for it, sir." The reason why they're right? Do you have Zelle? The reason why they're suing you, Giuliani, is because they realize one thing: you do not have the ability to earn another penny in your natural life, and you're likely going to the pokey. And they know no way in hell, other than your assets, do you have anything left? There's more. Costello represented Giuliani from 2019 until, well, this summer. The suit says he advised Giuliani on special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into January 6, 2021, the attack on the US Capitol, a criminal probe by federal prosecutors in Manhattan, prosecutor Fonnie Willis's investigation in Fulton, attempts to overturn the 2020 election in Georgia, congressional inquiry, attorney disciplinary proceedings that could cost Giuliani his license to practice law, and more than 10 civil lawsuits. Giuliani and Costello are longtime friends. Both were prosecutors in the US Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York. in the 1970s. By the time Giuliani ran for New York City mayor in the 1990s, Costello was a major financial supporter of his campaign. That's according to New York Law Journal. So what did Giuliani say? He said, and I quote, "I can't express how personally hurt I am by what Bob Costello has done." Giuliani said in a statement to Insider, "It's a real shame when lawyers do things like this." Sir, you're not a lawyer anymore. And all I will say is that their bill is way in excess to anything approaching legitimate fees. Costello didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. Sir, you signed the contract. I don't understand. So maybe you could shed some light on this.
No, and also these are major cases. Like this is massive litigation, right? Like these are federal crimes that he's being prosecuted for. And yeah, it's not just like, oh, these fees are too high. No, man, if it were like a traffic accident, they'd be high. But that seems pretty fair. Like in all this world of like Trump criminology, because let's be honest, the name here is Trump. Right. Rudy Giuliani's been working for Trump. Guess who owes Rudy Giuliani? Former lawyer, as you named and said correctly. But Rudy Giuliani is owed millions of dollars from Donald Trump. He's not getting that money. Again, I've made this joke many times. He's been paid off in Kirkland handles of vodka. Like that's how he gets paid. And now his own lawyer's like, no, I don't get paid now. Like you actually have to pay me. It's not just a handshake here. And Doc, this is on top of, the civil lawsuits. I don't know if that also includes the sexual assault allegations from Rudy Giuliani's staffer. Like the guy, this is what happens when you crime on crime. And when you're, honestly, let's be real, when you're trash, when you're just a trash human being, this is what it's gonna come to. And you're not Trump. MAGA doesn't rally around Giuliani, so who knows? I pour one out.
Right. Yeah, something tells me he's hitting the sauce pretty hard this week.